Hi everyone, welcome to ZeeVeeNFT. I know it's been a few months. To be honest with you, I've been kind of overwhelmed by stuff that's been going on, work, life, you know how it goes. I know that's no excuse because prioritizing things are always really important to me, but the truth is I was really hit by a tsunami on a bunch of fronts. But my passion, my interest, my enthusiasm for NFTs has not gone away. Okay, so I got punched in the gut, to put it mildly, like many of you have with the NFT and crypto space, and it's been painful. I've lost a lot of money and I am hurting, but I have not wavered in my interest in NFTs, and I believe that this could be a period of just learning, immersing, and basically treating the months to come as a building phase for NFTs. So I am going to hunker down, learn more, read more, try more, experiment more, and see where that takes me. I know a lot of you are suffering, a lot of you are pulling back, the skeptics are more skeptical, and that's fine, that's understandable. It's a nascent industry and there are growing pains. In the work that I've been doing, I always wondered to myself, how can I apply NFTs as a credible use case in the communication space that I'm engaged in? Lately, I found myself doing a couple of really cool events. One was the Qatar Economic Forum. And during the course of planning for this forum and creating different visual and editorial assets and ideas, I wondered to myself, is it possible, for example, to use ticketing or entrance passes for an event at this level? How would it actually work if we were developing and engaging in the NFT space to do something really cool and interesting when it comes to events? And how could NFTs actually help build the long tail of some events that I was pursuing? And by long tail, I mean, once the event's over, I don't want it to be completely over. People can still have an opportunity to communicate with each other, engage with the kind of content that was created. I thought the same thing as I was part of a team with the United Nations and some really amazing people that created Unstoppable Africa, presented by the Global Africa Business Initiative. And again, as we were developing some of the creative assets here, some of the tools, many of the ideas and individuals that we invited to come to this event, I wondered to myself, you know, how do NFTs play in the Africa space, again, in the event space, in the United Nations space, when it comes to the Sustainable Development Goals? What is it that we could actually do that's really different and that's really cool? Now, I'm sorry to report that these were only ideas, and I am still wrapping my head around it and thinking of ways to apply use cases when it comes to NFTs in the event space, in the creative and cultural industry space, and in the communication space that I'm engaged in pretty much every day. As I try to wrap my head around the use cases for NFTs, please give me your opinion. What do you think that we could do together? Let's brainstorm. This is the perfect opportunity and the perfect time to test things out, get them wrong, keep failing until ultimately we get them right. So subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. I would love it if you did. Please comment as much as you would like and offer some constructive thoughts, both on what you might like to hear from me, and I'll go away and do my homework and my research and share it with you over the coming months. And also share your opinions on what are some of the things that I can actually work on and we can experiment and try together to grow the NFT space and to make it a powerful proposition in some way, shape or form to the communities that we are all interested in engaging. Now, it has been months, like I said, since I've been on CoinGecko, right? And I see Bitcoin at 19,000 and some change and Ethereum at 1,285.72 today. And that's just a signal to me that the last time I tuned in over here, Bitcoin was around 60,000 and ETH was a little over 3,000 US dollars. So that is how long it's taken me to get back on the saddle. I could see it in numbers, and I can also see it in a lot of red here. And I know that a lot of people are hurting. This is a very difficult place to be. The US Federal Reserve has been trying to tame inflation by increasing interest rates. Investors have been spooked with the crypto markets and with the general stock market taking such a massive hit as well. So it has hurt the crypto space overall. And one thing that we all don't like is uncertainty. And the economic future is uncertain. That is also impacting the kind of market activity that I'm seeing here as well. The market's fallen down, Bitcoin is down, everything is down. It's a tough spot to be, and of course it's been only compounded by the Russia-Ukraine war that has caused a huge rift in the world. It has impacted economies in so many significant ways and has precipitated the stock market decline as well. When I go over to what used to be my multiple go-to space for months, this is where I would spend most of my time, even on conference calls. I would be like, what's going on OpenSea here? And it's not pretty. Right? I went and I looked at a lot of the collections that I invested in, a lot of the collections that I had wanted to invest in, and what really was the hype collections to participate in, and they are all excruciatingly down. It's difficult to absorb and to see, but it's understandable given everything that's happening in the global marketplace. I spent a little time looking at Dune Analytics and specifically at OpenSea just to see what the trading volume is. And I know it's sort of Captain Obvious at this point, but you could see the extraordinary decline here. I mean, in January 2020, you had essentially an all-time high on OpenSea trading. And today there's been a 98% drop in trading volumes for NFTs on OpenSea. So Dune Analytics had this number that I jotted down. You had $17 billion worth of NFT trading. That was in January of 2022. I mean, it was still really hot. Now, fast forward to now, October 2022, and you're looking at something like 433 million in trading volumes on Dune Analytics. So it's a challenging spot to be in. And when I headed over to the market overview that I was re-familiarizing myself with on Nansen, you could see a lot of red, more than I would have expected, and the trading volumes are a lot lower. And when you go to the top 5 collections, it was interesting for me to note that the Bored Apes still holding their value, Azuki's holding their value, Mutant Ape Yacht Club holding value, not necessarily at the same level, but they weren't tanking. I see a lot of other new players in the game that I promise you I will dive into, and I will seek to understand a little bit better what's going on in this marketplace. And I'll make sure that I am able to use the software platforms I have access to and help share information on where the smart buys are and where the smart sells are. I was taking a little heart here when I read Cointelegraph earlier this morning, and the Kraken, which is a exchange, one of the executives there was talking about NFTs, and he was saying that yes, trading volumes may have dropped nearly 98% since January, but technology is still maturing and still developing. Right? I mean, there are positive signals still in the NFT space. There is a level of enthusiasm to try and apply use cases and growth to NFTs, but the space is still nascent. Right? You're seeing a lot more people throwing themselves in way more deeply into NFTs, acknowledging that NFTs are still in its infancy. And the biggest barrier to mass adoption is, and I'm going to have to really endorse this, nightmare user experiences. So it's really hard if someone wants digital art and you want to get into the NFT game, you need to figure out crypto, you need to onboard with an exchange, you need to install a wallet, you need to get into all the security drama around wallets, and it doesn't make it easier. So when we can figure out as a priority how to make onboarding new NFT users into the space, there'll be a lot more activity, I'm sure. There's a long way to go, and I would like to say that I'm enthusiastic too in participating in what are the innovative ways that I can bring both my experience and ideas and some creativity. Okay, that woke me up. The Luka Press Club is named after my King Charles Spaniel lying there behind me. Don't know if you can see him, but that's the inspiration. His name is Luka, and we are working together on building out a press club and seeing how we can do that using the NFT space. See, I just can't help myself. I'll keep you posted on what happens over at the Luka Press Club. That's at Luka PC on Twitter. So please follow us there if you'd like to see what I'm up to. In the meantime, I have a Nintendo here, a Switch, and I am thinking and playing all at the same time because I realize my best ideas seem to come from when I do stuff like that. But seriously, we are in a crypto winter and a macroeconomic downturn with no clear end in sight, and the potential for a recession next year is certainly there. No one knows how long, how hard it's going to be. But I do think that for me, I'm going to take this as a signal that during the course of this downturn, there is a moment to build and to really focus on how we can make our use cases for NFTs a lot stronger as the economy shows a little sign of getting strong right now, limited sign of NFTs and the crypto space returning back to what we understood it to be some months ago. So I will leave you with that thought. Use the time to figure out how we can build this space together. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button, tell me whatever you think of this episode and what are some of the things you may want me to research and have conversations with people about, and bring that to you as we go through this crypto winter together. I'm ZeeVeeNFT. Thank you so much for watching ZeeVeeNFT.